There's all these examples where it's really important to gain that alignment after you
Yeah.
have that vision piece, because then you can go so much
Yeah.
further.
I think for our chiropractor friends as well, it's like that's a good example. Another good example. If your body's not aligned, you may not be able to be as healthy or have as much energy. I think of the two areas that you have a lot of control over right now. It's your time and your resources. And both of those, you have to ask the question, are is my time and is my money aligned with where I want to go? This is Better Wealth with Caleb Williams. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Better Wealth Breakdown, where we break down ideas, concepts, and thoughts from around the world to help you live a more intentional life. Last week we talked about, are you in a circle, are you in a cage? And just really, we want to be in company that continues to talk about intentional living, talks about the importance of the community, talks about why who you're friends with, who you're around will really make or break you. It has a lot to do with intentional living. When it comes to the next step, a lot of times we can get discouraged. Obviously you need vision to see where we need to go, but you also need this other thing that we're going to be talking about. And we find that you could have 1% vision and 99% of this other thing that can help really change the game for you. And so with that, what are we talking about today?
Well, today we're talking about a quote from Jim Collins, and if you don't know who he is, you should definitely check him out. He's one of the great thought leaders as it comes to business. And his quote says, "Building a visionary company requires 1% vision and 99% alignment." And I shared this with the team about a week and a half ago. It was actually Dom who came up to me a couple days after and was like, "I just want to let you know, I give a quote to the team every morning, and this one, for whatever reason, really was impactful for him." And so I started thinking about it, and it's so true. Like, we're not lacking vision here at BetterWealth. We actually joke about that a lot because we're all very visionary, and it's my responsibility to make sure that we really have that 99% alignment. And the question is, well, what does that look like? And whether it's business, whether it's personal life, whether it's relationships, there's a lot of examples of like, a 1 watt light bulb is really going to be super dim.
Yep.
But if you took that 1 watt and you focused it into a laser beam, you could cut steel.
Yeah.
And so that's the idea of alignment is, the vision is the same. It's 1 watt of energy, but the alignment of it and getting everything going in the same direction is where you really get that power. And the same is true with a company, like with culture, with the people, and with where we're going. If everybody's in alignment, amazing things can happen. And this is what Jim is talking about, is in the greatest companies, they really focus on that alignment piece. And, again, there's a lot of examples that we talk about just in casual conversation, like marriage. If you're not in alignment, you can have the same vision of being married and all the things of that, but if you're not in alignment in certain key areas, that can spell disaster. Dom, with football, the same rules apply, and you're all kind of going for a win essentially. But if you don't have that alignment, if the offensive line or defensive line isn't in alignment, bad things are going to happen. And so there's all these examples where it's really important to gain that alignment after you have that vision piece, because then you can go so much further.
Yeah. I think for our chiropractor friends as well, it's like that's a good example. Another good example. If your body's not aligned, you may not be able to be as healthy or have as much energy. I think of the two areas that you have a lot of control over right now. It's your time and your resources. And both of those, you have to ask the question, is my time and is my money aligned with where I want to go? And the episode that we did last week, we talked about a lot of, like, we're challenging people about who they're spending their time with and what they're doing with their time. But what if we then talked about, how's your money? Like, is your money actually aligned? Is your money being a tool to help you live the life that you want to live? Because again, vision, we do have a lot of vision, but when we actually get stuff done as a company, it's I love the light bulb example. It's us all focusing, and together we are brighter. And what I find is a lot of people just take the shotgun approach to their money, and they wonder why they're like not getting any traction. It's like, okay, you got this business over here that you're really passionate about, but you're also doing this real estate deal. You're also doing crypto. You're also doing this trading opportunity. And then you're, investing in this, unique investment. And oh, by the way, you have a Robinhood with 10 grand in it. And you go, okay, you're literally an example of you're not aligned. Your money's not aligned with where you want to go. It could be diversified. That's great. But are you actually, is like that the brightest way for you to get that result? So just some things to think about. I think the quote of building anything requires 1% vision, but 99% alignment. Is your time, is your money being best aligned with where you want to go? Anything that you want to share as we close this episode?
Well, I think you just touched on what we talked about weeks ago was a financial junk drawer.
Yeah.
You know, all over the place. And that is the antithesis of alignment. And I love that you use that example because we talk about clarity all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and the clarity is really the vision piece. And then you actually say so eloquently that then are the things that you're currently doing in alignment with that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this quote is talking about, is like, let's get clear on where you want to go, where you're at. And then we'll see if everything is in alignment. And if not, we'll work towards making that happen.
The other key thing is the 99% comes after the 1%. Mm-hmm. So you do have, what I'm saying, vision's important, clarity is really important. And then alignment is really our next step when we do an efficiency audit. Essentially what we do with people's money. It's like, okay, this is where you want to go. Let me write that down. And this is what you're doing with your cash flow, your assets, and your debts. It has nothing to do with what you just told me. And we can help better align, better adjust what you're currently doing, and then help you build a strategy that is an ultimate alignment with where you want to go. So again, if you've been enjoying these episodes, we are trying to grow our presence on YouTube. So if you're watching this, thank you so much. Please think about a couple of people that you can share this message with. And if you can hit the like button, that really helps. If you're listening to this on Apple and have not reviewed the podcast, it helps a ton if you take 2 minutes out of your day to scroll down to the very bottom, hit 5 stars, and write something about the show. It helps other people find this message. And if you're enjoying these episodes and you're like, wow, there's so many episodes, where do I begin? You can go to BetterWealthPodcast.com. It's BetterWealthPodcast.com. And we are giving you the best hits of our interviews, best hits on the end asset, best hits on some of the best short conversations that we've had, because we very much know in a world where we're putting out a ton of content, we want to not have the good stuff not be seen because of the amount of content that we're putting out. And so with that, continue to live intentionally. We appreciate you guys. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to the Better Wealth Podcast. It would mean the world to me if you could hit subscribe, leave a review, and share this with the people that you know and love.